So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for, can you guys hear me? This mic's awkward, right? Sideways. Thank you for the session. Great session before that. Lots of learning from very interesting, diverse apparel and lingerie brands. Very exciting. So we are bringing the next level of excitement here, which is apparel and fashion apparel and very high-end motorbiking. So without much ado, I'm going to ask both of you, and Bipul, I'll start with you. Talk a bit briefly, just introduce about your current role, what you do at Ducati, just maybe a minute or so of your introduction, please.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm privileged to be here, and many thanks to the organizers for bringing auto kind of brand out here. Probably in the sea of so many non-auto kind of things. One thing which I would like to correct here, Ducati has been selling motorcycles since 1950, that's correct, but Ducati as a brand, as a business has been into existence since 1926. So very soon, actually, we shall be celebrating our 100 years in the world. And next year, we shall be completing 10 years of Ducati in India as well. So
oh, wow, fantastic.
That's sort of milestone kind of thing for us. In my current role, I handle the entire business portfolio for Ducati in India and very grandly designated as the managing director. In effect, I'm a salesman, that's it. I try to take care of the clients, riders, Ducatisti. We no longer call them customers because that has become too transactional. And for us, our riders are like our families. So we love to call us a Ducatisti. So that's it. And moreover, more than the auto brand, the bike brand, we try to act and what we believe we have become an entertainment brand. So it's luxury actually for India, but for better part of the world, we are performance bikes rather than the luxury thing. We have so many things which I'm sure will come out during the course of discussion that you will also agree we are more of entertainment brand rather than the automobile brand. So, nutshell, we try to sell more passion to the riders, users, and the entire Ducatisti to the world. So that's from my side right now.
Thanks so much. Obviously, a very humble guy. It's probably the most aspirational brand. If you talk about bikes, nothing tops Ducati as far as biking as an aspirational brand. A brand that you have to have is the Ferrari of I don't want to use the word, but probably Lamborghini, since yes, they are your owners.
That's better.
It's the
Lambo
Lamborghini.
Porsche will also do.
Yeah,
Both are sister companies.
Sister companies, but it's the Lamborghini of biking. So thank you so much, Kamal. Just maybe briefly, if you just talk a bit about what you are doing today at Mufti and briefly your role there, that'll be great.
So, I happen to be the founder, chairman, and the MD at Mufti. So I do everything from, brooming the place to cleaning the place to ensuring that everything runs well and all our stores run well. I'm responsible for everything and everyone at Mufti.
So yeah, great journey as well. And I think during the course of the discussion, we'll hear a bit more about their journey. So Bipul, I want to start with you. I mean, 10 years ago, Ducati would almost be an unachievable dream for most Indians, but now you are here, as many of the luxury brands are in India. And while only 1% of Indians may actually be able to even, afford a Ducati, but it is a changing in India that we are here. If you just look at the crowd, look at the brands that were represented prior to our session, lots of change happening in India. And what are some of the things that you are seeing as a big change? Because you also worked in multiple other brands, right? You've been in automobile, in the auto sector all your life. I'm sure you have friends. What are some of the big changes you see coming out of COVID and also for the aspiring India today?
This question has been asked many times, and I think one single line post-COVID I would answer as, you live only once.
So YOLO.
So this is the kind of feeling which we have seen in the post-COVID scenario. Earlier, we used to sell bikes prior to 2020 as well. And those riders used to be the serious kind of riders. So there were two kind of riders who were either the serious riders or who were the typical, without any racism please, who were the typical North Indian kind of riders, मेरे पास भी होनी चाहिए. So there were just these two kind of riders. A, I have too much money, do not know what to do with the money, so I will buy something very flashy to display in my drawing room, or I am a serious rider. Now what we see, there are many people who are not that serious rider, but they have taken up the weekend kind of riding. They enjoy short journeys on their bikes. So we have got many new customers and many younger customers as well. Earlier what used to happen, like in case of luxury cars or luxury bikes, only people after achieving some material wealth in their life or achieving certain age, they would go for these kind of bikes or cars. Now even younger people, they are asking their parents to lend money, or younger people who have just made it big in their life, started getting couple of paychecks, they have come to us to buy the bike on EMIs or whatever way possible. So that's a very major change. Now people are willing to put up the money where their interests are lying, rather than thinking of 10 years down the line, I should have a bike first or I should have a home first. That's the kind of question. Probably when we were relatively young, for us the question was buy a home first.
So yeah, ownership's getting defined as well very significantly, right? Most zillennials, millennials may not even want to own a home today. I mean, the objective is, why do I need this? You know, same way with autos. Yes. But then they want to possess. And like you said, what are the big changes we are seeing is, it's more the experience than the product now. It's a product story versus product. It's the experience versus just consumption. All of that is big transformation, and it's like you mentioned, it's a YOLO concept. You only live once. Let's enjoy it. Why wait wait so long? And so great points there.
One more thing in the same breath I would like to add. With the proliferation of internet into our daily day-to-day lives and homes, the information flow has become very, very fast. So earlier, when Ducati used to launch a bike in Bologna, let us say, the information would have come to Indian press after a couple of months. The general people would have known about it after a couple of years also. Now the next moment, the moment we launch a bike in Bologna, the information is out there into Indian households.
Yeah, so
customers
information,
know what is there for me in the market.
Absolutely.
And that further raises the bar.
Fantastic, and that's good to hear. That's also I think the connected consumers today. You know, every customer that walks into a store, whether it's a Ducati or a Mufti or a Levi's, he or she is very well informed.
Yes.
Can be very well informed about the product even before they enter. So, Kamal, I'm going to come to you. Talk a bit briefly about how you have seen consumer behavior change over the last say 4-5 years, especially over the last 2 years. What are some of the 2-3 big things that you've seen change?
So we've seen exactly the same thing like YOLO. I just call it live it up, because we've seen that attitude shift among consumers wanting to live it up today, probably due to their experience with mortality that they've had over the last couple of years. And another big thing that we've seen change is what they're buying. I mean, we see them buying a lot more expressive products as compared to what they were buying pre-COVID. And we are a brand which is all about being bold and expressive, and that serves us. And we have seen this happen across, major metros, mini metros, tier 1, 2, 3 towns. We sell all the way from the linking roads of the world to Latours of the world. And we've seen this common trait among the change in behavior towards buying more expressive clothing. Another thing what we have noticed is that the footfalls are lower than what they were pre-COVID. However, the uptake is more. There are serious buyers out there in the market, and they are buying. They are indulging. We've also seen the consumer is a lot more digitally impacted as compared to what he was. It's OTT versus cinema halls, it's Swiggy or Zomato versus dining out, UPI versus cash. So he's highly digitally impacted, like you said. We've seen he's spending a lot more on well-being. All in all, the consumer is indulging a lot more today than he was a few years ago.
Yeah, some great points, and we hear that from all the retailers. While footfalls are still getting up to pre-COVID levels, the conversions are higher, average bill values are higher, more serious customers. Although some of the revenge buying seems to be tapering out, and we are seeing some headwinds out there. Coming back to you, Bipul, just talk a bit about customer loyalty. Highly competitive environments, no matter what segment you are in. Even in India, I won't say whether Royal Enfield is a competitor, but there's a huge cult around it. There are big followers. So what do you guys do which is special to maintain that loyalty? You were mentioning some stuff to me about the ordering and bringing customers to Italy. Talk a bit about how do you start the customer journey right from the time where somebody thinks about the bike, and what is the way you differentiate yourself today?
Yeah. Well, that's a very interesting proposition actually. When you start thinking of buying a Ducati. So you talked about Royal Enfield. I would not say that's a competition, not merely because of the price differential, but because of the engine as well. Royal Enfield ends at 650cc. We start at 800cc. My smallest engine is 800cc, 73 bhp, and probably the biggest engine is in the range of 1158cc. 208 bhp can go up to 250 bhp under various things. 250 bhp, just for reference, is the same power, 249 bhp actually, like an Audi Q5. Now you think what kind of engines we make.
Wow.
208 bhp is an engine power more than an Audi A4, which is 189 bhp.
Wow.
So these are serious machines. Not everyone can ride these machines actually. You need to have confidence, balance, and you need to know how to ride a bike. So once a customer or a rider, as we say, starts thinking of buying a bike, so like any automobile buyer, he would wish to go for a test ride. What we wish to do, we plan to, or we actually give the test ride to the customer in the right way of the motorbiking. For example, we have a bike called Panigale. Panigale is a more track-focused bike. You can ride the bike on the road, but it's difficult. It is made more for the track. So we try to give the test drive to the intending rider at the circuit itself. So there are many riders who we invite, or our dealerships invite at the Buddha circuit, even from various other cities other than Delhi. They come to the circuit, we provide them with the track suits and everything if they don't have, and we allow them to ride the bike on the track so that they can know how the bike would actually behave at the right environment, how the bike should behave. So this is the kind of our starting of the relationship with the customer. Once he buys a bike,
you were talking a bit about pre-bike as well, when you're asking them to come to Italy and even choose the...
No, that's a different, very niche kind of thing.
Okay,
I'll come to that.
Okay.
I'm talking of a normal biking experience. Like any person like you, me, anyone can go into the store and plan to buy a bike. Once the person buys the bike, where he would ride the bike. And if you are not getting the chances to ride the bike in the right environment, you will get frustrated. I have spent 25 lakh rupees for what? Not for stopping at the red light. So we have certain properties which we name as DREs, Ducati Riding Experience. So those are dream tours, those are track days, many such things, wherein we curate tours for the riders to enjoy the bikes in the rightful environment. So in the month of April, a group of riders we had taken to Northeast for the Northeast ride. I could not go because of certain reasons. I was actually not here. Last year we had taken a similar group of customers to Spiti, where I did the full Spiti on Multistrada V4S. So that was a wonderful experience. At the end of the month of May, we are taking a group of customers to Sepang circuit in Malaysia for riding on the MotoGP circuit. Because you need to know how a MotoGP circuit behaves, and if you are having a Panigale kind of bike, you need to go there. So this is the kind of experientials which we put into our riders, which is the best way to keep them engaged and invested into the biking culture. Now coming to the niche kind of thing, we have a plan called Unica. You know, Italians, they speak something differently, so U becomes U for them. So unique becomes Unica. Unica means the bike shall be made specially for you. So we invite the customer to our factory in Bologna, wherein the customer can tell us I want a seat of this design, this print, this color, or the bike can be of this color, and the bike would be one of one for him. It will be imprinted on the bike one of one. So that's why unica, unique. And if the rider, the owner of the bike says, okay, I will give this name to my bike, that name shall be registered for the lifetime. So if someone says, my bike is known as Black Knight, let us say. So the Black Knight name would be registered for that rider for the entire life now.
Wow.
So this is how we behave. For us, it is very important that every single rider feels he is the most important person for us. And that is the only way to keep such people stay invested into our lifestyle kind of thing.
Thanks. Some great ideas and also some great thoughts around, I mean, you don't have to be a Ducati to do that, but just some of the things around how you can create that special customer relationships. I mean, biking is one thing. So I'm going to come to you, Kamal. You know, inviting customers to your factories, to where you do the actual stitching. It just creates that engagement today where the customer is looking for, like I said, it's more not about product, it's about the product story today. So just talk a bit about that, Kamal, and how you create that engagement in a very competitive environment as well, right?
Sure. See, firstly, I'd like to say we surely should meet and
Yes.
discuss what we did.
Definitely.
I certainly want a few Ducati bikes parked in some of our stores
Yeah, no, I'm
for our
excited with
customers
that.
to experience.
Yes.
Coming to building customer relationships, I think those Rajat are built on the brand, on delivering on the brand promise, on product and what you stand for. At Mufti, the heart of we are at the heart of. I mean, creativity is at the heart of Mufti, and we have been doing creative, expressive products for our consumers over the last 25 years, and we keep surprising them by pleasantly surprising them with new creative products season on season. And that's what keeps bringing them back. And that's what builds the trust and loyalty among our consumers. And some basics about how business in the apparel sector has been. See, there are times where we are a multi-channel business. We sell online, we sell offline, we sell through other stores. And what happens is that sometimes you're not able to control pricing across different channels. However, we as a brand have kept a very, very close watch on that and ensured that there is price parity across all channels that we sell. There's a particular product and that will be available at the same price to my consumer on whether it's an e-com channel, a partner's channel, or my store, or it's a department store, or wherever it may be. That has not only help build loyalty among customers, but also among channel partners, because that maintains the demand for our products, and my customer knows and he trusts that he will not find this at a cheaper price at another point of sale. Another thing that we haven't done is we've never fallen prey to creating products that are of a different quality just because there may be a demand for a lower price product in the online space. We've never fallen prey to that temptation. We've always stuck to our goals, made the products the way our brand stands for, and that's exactly how we have done it. We might sell a little less, but we are happy doing that. And of course, we stick by the old adage of customer is king, and we believe in serving him well and giving him prompt solutions to his problems, and that never fails you at the end of the day.
Thank you. I think great ideas, especially price parity, putting customer at the center of all your execution. It's not one of the questions we had planned, but just talk a bit about, Bipul, about what are some of the other things you sell? Because, for example, I didn't know you sell shoes, glasses, even cycles. Talk a bit about the range and what does really Ducati mean for customers globally, and then what is it that you're going to do in India as you build the brand here?
Well, we sell everything. And when I say everything, actually it's a lot. The shirt which I'm wearing right now, although it's a Ducati employee shirt, but similar shirts we sell. The shoes which I'm wearing, these are made by Alpine Star for Ducati. So these are co-branded Ducati branded shoes. The specs I am wearing, so On this side, there's small Ducati logo. These are Carrera made for Ducati. So you can think of anything. You go to any Ducati store. So we say it as commercial after sales. There are three divisions into that. One is apparel, one is accessory, and one is spare parts. So I will leave spare parts out of that because that is mostly for the workshop kind of thing. So accessories is something which we make for the bike. You can think of so many things, right from a tank protector to a carbon fiber wheel to an exhaust. Now our exhausts are also something which are very, very technical, very difficult. For example, just to give a perspective and reference, let us say a 125 cc motorcycle which is available in the market, that has about 10 bhp power. If I add a full system, Acra Povich system to my bike, that will add at least 15 bhp power to my bike. So just an exhaust system will add 15 bhp. Wow. Now think of what kind of things we are talking about. So those are very technical products. So again, those are accessories. I will take them out of discussion now. Then we are left with apparels. And we make surely lots of things. So I'm in direct competition with Mr. Kamal because we make t-shirts and shirts, jeans, shoes.
At least somewhere we are giving you a run for your money.
and even with the previous panel, I would have been in competition because we do make lots of bikinis as well. So right from the age of couple of days for a kid to people like any age for us, we make all the kinds of clothings. You wish to buy, let us say, a watch, you can get a Ducati branded watch. You wish to buy a coat pin, you will get a Ducati branded coat pin. You wish to buy these small socks for your 7 days old kid, you will get socks for them. So we make lifestyle products, and that's why when we say that we are more than a biking company, I think we are true there. We put it very correctly when we say that we are lifestyle entertainment kind of company. So when you go to Ducati store, even if you're not a Ducati rider, even if you're not a bike rider at all, you will be tempted to buy t-shirts. You will be tempted to buy jeans, something of that nature. We sell miniature bikes and we sell Lego bikes. Wow. So personally, I bought from my store one Lego set, and me with my son, we made it. And that was complex. Today's kids, they know how to play with Legos unlike us. For us, Legos were something like dream kind of toys. So, and despite that, it took us almost 15 hours for me and my son to assemble that entire logo bike. So that those are complex, big toys kind of thing. So we are definitely into all these lifestyle kind of things, and I invite all of you to visit our stores whichever city you are from. Currently, we have 10 stores in India across all the metro cities.
Thanks.
So that would be lovely visit from your side.
Thank you. Kamal, last bit from you. Interesting journey, what, 25, 30 years? No, how many is that?
Well, last you asked me a question of 25 years of my journey, and I can go on and on about it.
But just quickly talk about what's it been like for you, starting with one store, today with over 300, close to 400 stores. What's it been like to you?
So I'll just give a little bit background of when we started, how we started, and why the name. And everyone knows more or less what we're doing today. Well, I don't know how many of you know the meaning of the term Mufti. It's actually a Hindi word. So it's so we were one of those. I'm one of those aspirants of the old India from the 90s who wanted to build a fashion brand and chose a Hindi name to do that. And the name stands for whenever you're out of uniform. So we started it and launched it as a concept by naming the brand Mufti. And the tagline was anything else was uniform. Because what we was making was very different as what is compared to what other brands were doing at the time. However, when I launched, we were written off, saying that people said, this man is crazy, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's taking women's fabrics and creating them in kids' sizes for men, and this is just not going to work. Because the kind of fashion we introduced at that time was unseen or unheard of by the trade. However, we had faith, and we had already taken the leap. The consumer understood it, the consumer adopted it, and slowly and steadily we've grown and never looked back. And today, we have more than 375 plus stores. We retail through 980 plus MBOs and another 75, 80 plus department stores. And we sell across. We are aspirational to and yet inclusive. That's the kind of brand that we are today.
Thank you so much. So much more to talk about. I can see that sign up and I'm getting all the indication that I need to wrap up. But thank you so much, Kamal, Bipul. Great catching up with you guys. Lovely brands, both, very iconic brands built over many, many years, and look forward to, trying out both the brands eventually. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody,
Thank you.
for listening to us. Really
Thank you.
appreciate that.